a presentation that we had planned for the Wellness Club before Ruth passed away, and we're going to still try to do that after we do the memorial for her. And the topic is on stress, managing stress during the holidays. In case any of you want to hang around for that, we would appreciate it. And well, I guess I can get started. We all knew Ruth, and she was, I think she was here for 30 years. She was one of the longtime residents here. And she lived in Building 12, which is my building. And I see a couple of other people, well, not just a couple, we have a lot of people from Building 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 here from Building 12. And we all loved Ruth. She was a sweet person. She worked here at the clubhouse, which I guess most of you know. She worked here when Tiffany was out on Fridays. She and Elaine would alternate, and so now that Ruth is gone, Elaine is that person. And Ruth was really good. I mean, she was very computer literate, and she would help a lot. Like, she was always my go-to person for flyers and things like that, you know. So now I'm having to ask people, can you make a flyer for me or whatever, but luckily we have some more talented people too, and Janara has really stepped up to the plate. But one thing that I remember so much about Ruth was when my daughter died in April, Ruth, along with several other people, would always make sure that I had food to eat. And Ruth would buy groceries for me because she loved to go to the grocery store. I mean, I think more than a lot of people. Every time that bus went out, she was on it, And so I would give her my little list, and she would pick up things for me. So it's kind of like every time I think about her, I think about seeing her come to my door, and she's standing there with the cart, and I'm getting my groceries out. I don't know, for some reason like that just really sticks in my mind. Every time I think about her, I see her doing that. And we just, we didn't know when Ruth left here to go to the hospital the first week of July that she wouldn't be back. We just all assumed she was going to get better and she would be back. And she assumed that herself because she said it many times, for those of us who follow her on Facebook or are friends with her on Facebook. She continued to say, I'm going to get better, I've got more years ahead of me and things like that. So I don't think she ever accepted the diagnosis that she was going to be dying soon, that she was in hospice, and that's what you do. That's what happens when they put you in hospice. But that was good. That was her way of handling the situation, and I guess we all have different ways of handling things, because if you wake up in the morning thinking to yourself, well, I'm not going to live long, then you're going to be very depressed. So maybe that was her way of keeping herself motivated to do the best that she could. And so I just wanted to make sure that we remembered her in some way, because I know that right now so many people who died, they don't have the opportunity to have anything. The family's not with them. There's no funeral or any of that. I talked to her brother-in-law, Bruce, and his wife, Stephanie, and never even got a chance to meet them yet, but they have been calling me, keeping me informed about things, and so they said that they shipped her body, which now I guess it's been a couple of weeks because it was rather quick, and I understand that that's a Jewish tradition. When someone dies, you take care of the body pretty quickly, so it was like 24 hours? 48 hours, so it was a couple of days after she passed, they shipped her body up to upstate New York, which is where her parents and her sister, I assume, too, because she predeceased her. And that's where she was buried. So we didn't get a chance to do anything, so this is it today, our opportunity to remember Ruth. And I'm going to allow each of you, we say we're going to try to restrict it to 5 minutes, and if you don't even need 5 minutes, you can make it even shorter. It's not that I'm trying to rush you, but like I said, we have a program planned today, and Jamara is the presenter, and she worked very hard, so I want her to have an opportunity to do her talk. So who would like to come up here and say something about Ruth, or stay at your seat? I have another mic here, I can just bring it around.
No, let me come up because I want to do this.
You can stay there if you want.
No, I'm going to say something. I need to do this.
Yeah, I don't think anybody said Kaddish for its Victor.
Tell them your name. Hi, my name's Audrey. You all know me mainly as Pat's friend, Glenda. And I came up here because I want to be able to take off the mask for some of what I want to do. I knew Ruth mainly through the social events that were held here, and I always found her to be warm and friendly and eager and helpful. I don't know that much about the rest of her because I don't live in this condo. I live kind of around the corner. And I remember when Pat did, I think we called it the multicultural.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
The mic is on.
Do I have to turn it on?
El mic no está prendido.
Hello?
No está prendido.
It's me. Hello? This one's not doing anything. Okay, hello, hello? Okay. Now this one's, I had to turn it on. So you didn't hear, okay, so my name is Audrey. Many of you may know me as being one of Pat's friends and Glenda's and Cora's. And I knew Ruth mainly through the social events here, because that's mainly when I was here. And I found her to be a warm, friendly, caring, eager kind of person. And I agree, she never acknowledged that she had anything wrong, at least not to me. And what I'd like to do for her, she was Jewish. I'm Jewish. I don't know how many other people here are. And although I don't live Jewishy, I live kind of multiculturally. I am definitely born Jewish. And this is Hanukkah. This is the 6th day, and for every day when one lights the candles, it's the miracle of the lights. Bottom line of the story, years back, there was a whole thing, and the Jews were fighting for their life. And there was a thing about you always, always, always have to have the light burning in the temple because it represents God. And so the living light had to be burning, and there was only a itty bitty bit left of oil until they were going to get more because there was this battle on. So somehow the little itchy bitsy bit of oil lasted 8 days, which is why it's called the miracle of the lights. And the people prevailed, the Jews. And everybody here, it doesn't matter what your religion is, your complexion, nothing. We're all one. So what I want to do for Ruth is sing to her the first line of the most important prayer in the Jewish religion. It's called the Shema. And it's acknowledgement that God is one, God is all, we are the people of God. As I said, it's all of us, okay? We don't have to be this, that, or the other. And I know the first line, the second line was ostensibly given by angels. I don't know that line. And in singing it, the tradition is you cover your eyes, and part of that is in Judaism, the name of God is so important, you're not even supposed to say it. So I am going to sing this, which is why my mask is off, because I don't even want to attempt to sing with it on. And this is what I now understand is the Ashkenazi Jewish way, and those are the Jews that came from a certain area of Europe, which is where I believe Ruth came from, and it's where my grandparents came from. I'm second generation American. Shema Yisrael. blessed, and thank you, and that's for Ruth.